Hey, how's it going, everyone? Today we'll discuss the latest Arrowhead Team members' response to toxic players, criticism, and feedback. We'll go over a new feature for the Flamethrowers, plus there's a lot more to go over. If you haven't done so already, smash the thumbs up button and the hype button below. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Alrighty, let's dive straight into the news. Arrowhead's community manager just addressed some feedback. So this player made a post saying that whenever they try to give their honest thoughts on the new war bond, people jump straight to calling it rage bait. And Baskinator caught the post and responded with, "This is as good a time as any to say I think there is a misconception that we don't want to see criticism of the game, or its content, or our decisions. And I do want to reiterate something here. We are 100% okay with people criticizing the game and content we release, provided you adhere to our guidelines, rules while you do it. That means we don't want people to include personal attacks, insults, rude behavior, etc. Many times I see people giving us mostly valid feedback, and then they step on their own toes by including something that goes against one of those rules, specifically when you all get into fights with one another or go at each other's throats. And positivity is great, but it shouldn't be used as a blunt object to make people stop voicing issues with the game. People will have issues with it. That's okay. It is more important that we find healthy ways of talking about those things that don't result in ugly treatment of each other." Real quick before we move on, two things. No matter what you say about Helldivers 2 in this community, you're getting flack. Praise the devs, you're a glazer. Point out stuff you don't like, you're rage baiting or a cry diver. It never ends. I try to keep it balanced. I call out the good stuff and the bad stuff. If something sucks, I'll say it. If it's awesome, I'll hype it up. That's why you've probably seen some comments throwing those exact labels at me. It's because I look for both sides on just pretty much everything Helldivers 2 related. The issue for me is I don't want every video to just be the same negativity on repeat. It gets stale super quick. It gets super stale super quick. And if the point's already been made a bunch, I don't see the value in rehashing it in a new video. That being said, is Helldivers 2 incredible right now? No, it could definitely use some work. We need more customization options, better progression systems, including actual in-game progression, and some fresh, unique missions that actually feel different from what we already have. Anyway, those are exactly the kind of things that would make Helldivers 2 way more fun to play long term and actually give players a real reason to come back. Plus, they could definitely step up their game when it comes to actually documenting the patch notes and changes and stuff, because there have been some issues that just haven't been documented, right? Or nerfs, changes, whatever. Bottom line, constructive criticism and all the real feedback is just great. It's phenomenal. But straight up trashing people, no matter if they're praising or criticizing the game, that's just lame to me. And on top of that, I actually received a lot of slack back then when I said the DSS was awful. But some were praising it, and it turned out to be awful at the time, right? And then later on, they upgraded. Now it's a lot better. But nonetheless, you get the point. Let's now switch topics and talk about something pretty cool. So we might be receiving some sort of Illuminate Storm. If you check out this post right here from the official Helldivers 2's social media team, they wrote, "Unauthorized posters predicting catastrophic events have been appearing across Super-Earth. Preliminary assessments suggest involvement from the cult of the orb. The material is classified as dramatic nonsense. Investigation is ongoing." And we can see right in the middle here, it says Doomsday propaganda across Super-Earth, Illuminate fanatics, cult of the orbs, suspected for treasonous act. Wow. So yeah, again, Illuminate Storms sounds odd. I mean, is that like some sort of new biome? Is it something that changes the environment? It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Now, if you guys have any ideas, shoot some comments in the comment section below. We're now going to continue on with the news because what we have today is the failure message for the latest major order. I'm sure some of you aren't surprised by this, but yeah, it happens. Now, what's great is that we actually completed the strategic order last time, and that's actually pretty cool. So what we're going to do now is actually go over the latest Major order briefing, here's what High Command wrote. While the Helldivers successfully protected ongoing excavations at a Layer 3 from unauthorized Illuminate interference, the Helldivers could not fully overcome the enemy's underhanded xenophobic tactics, and were prevented from extracting sufficient rare samples from Zaragoza and Herthon Secundus. Without enough of the highly irradiated materials to analyze, the Ministry of Science's understanding of the imminent threat is dangerously incomplete. Illegal patterns of astral pressure are rapidly compounding into a volatile anomaly gestating beneath planets that share one commonality: ancient Illuminate ruins. This indicates that the Illuminate may be actively perpetrating another grotesque and xenophobic attempt to inflict tyranny upon innocent civilians. All sites containing remnants of the former Illuminate Empire have been locked down. Anomalous phenomena on liberated planets have diminished. However, long-range resonances have been detected on enemy-held planets. The Ministry of Truth will continue to work to uncover the nature of this emerging threat. To me, I find this very interesting that they bring up the Illuminate ruins. We also know that in the past, they teased the Illuminate ruins, but who knows when that's going to arrive. Now, we do know there's a major update coming, or maybe it's not a major update, I shouldn't say that. Let me correct myself here. We know there's an update coming. We don't know if it's major, but it could be. And I'm very excited to find out if it's something for the Illuminate, or maybe it's something for the automatons. I mean, the update was called, or still is called, Machinery of Oppression, so there's something going on here. But let me know what you think in the comments below, and let's talk about it. Now, not only do we have a major order failure message, but we also have a brand new major order and a briefing. These cyborgs are raising mega factories, believe it or not, on different types of planets that they have. So, right here, this is what High Command wrote. Cyborgs' expansionism has run amok, laying bare the imperialist ambitions of the enemy. The cyborgs, aided by their army of automaton slaves, have plotted in secret to overthrow managed democracy and dominate the galaxy under their mechanical boot. The industrial hellscape of Cyberstan is merely a blueprint for the rest of the galaxy. If not stopped, every planet will be stripped of its natural resources, made barren in single-minded pursuit of mechano-socialist tyranny. The cyborgs are raising mega factories across their stolen planets. The cyborgs proliferate mega factories for one purpose: the proliferation of the cyborgs themselves. Inside mega factories lies cyborg production units, biofurnaces which grow new cyborg orgaframes, which are then cybernetically enhanced with murderous weaponry. So yeah, let's just cut it off right there. All we have to do for this major order is liberate Chopisa and Charbel, but we also must, again, liberate 113 million agitators and 70 million radicals. Pretty easy. I think we have this one in the bag. Now, the liberating part might be a little difficult depending on what the cyborgs do, but we definitely got this one, guys. This should be easy. We're now going to move along here because we have to talk about the war bond. There's two things I want to bring up quickly. The first one is the flamethrower, right? We know there's the brand new Flam 80. What's cool about it is it's essentially belt fed, right? It connects somehow. I don't know how, but it connects. That said, what I've seen is players have said, hey, I just don't like the fact that the flamethrower is not, it doesn't stagger enemies. It does absolutely nothing. But if you look at the recent Warbond video in the trailer, you can tell there's a certain section where the enemy is slowed down when it rushes towards the Helldiver. For instance, right here on the right side and left side, there's two automatons. The one on the left is taking just about forever, in my opinion, to reach the Helldiver. Meanwhile, the fellow on the right is way faster than the dude on the left. Like, that dude on the left is a turtle, essentially. Anyways, you can tell there's definitely a brand new thing here with the flamethrower. Now, my question for you guys, are you excited about this, or do you think it's still going to be useless? Personally, I'm not a fan of flamethrowers. Some of you might be, but I just, bleh, I don't like it. But hey, if you do, well, more power to you and have fun with it. I just don't like it. Now, secondarily, I want to bring up one more thing about the war bond. Earlier today, we talked about the brand new war bond. However, I did not bring up the second passive. Yes, there's a second passive. I looked at it and I was like, that looks terrible. And I was just like, it's technically not new. And then I talked about the one with the gas resistance, recoil control for the sidearm, and everything you see here, right? But I didn't mention the explosive resistance and the throwable. So yeah, it was a mistake to not include it. I just looked at it and I was like, dude, is that even new? And then I looked at the comments and someone's like, no, the side recoil is also not new either, technically. But these passives are kind of new. Let's move along quickly here because we've got something quite intriguing about the new war bond. You're probably already aware of the handshake emo, but what you might not know is the history behind it. Let's give credit while also checking out a post that was created by a player named Bickles Boss, who posted an image, and the post is titled Christmas Truce of 1914. In the post, there's a statue of two soldiers, one's German and one British. What's intriguing about this is during World War I, there was an unofficial truce that just broke out in many sections of the Western Front, mainly between the German and British troop. Now, there were some French soldiers involved as well. What is really interesting about this is that the Germans started decorating small Christmas trees and placing them on their trenches while singing carols like Silent Night. Surprisingly, the British soldiers began singing back. Then on Christmas Day, believe it or not, troops from both sides climbed out of those trenches, shook hands, exchanged cigarettes, food, souvenirs, took photos together, and even buried the dead together. For one day, they absolutely put the war aside, and it's a pretty wild story, right? Also, I'd like to mention that the whole entire truce thing didn't happen overnight, but still, again, what a wild story. Okay, up next, we're going to talk about how Arrowhead is expanding even further. They're looking for a brand new senior release manager. If you don't know, they're in a brand new studio, and now they're expanding more, right? Trying to kind of gather some manpower. And here's what they wrote. We're expanding our release management team and looking for a senior release manager with an interest in build systems and platform processes. And then down below, they go on to say, your mission is to ensure updates are delivered on time, meet quality standards, and remain compliant across all supported platforms, while continuously improving how we operate and scale release workflows. From what it sounds like to me, this is basically about just dropping patches, right, in a healthy state, because they go on to say, driving release timelines by aligning production, QA, engineering, marketing, and publishing teams around deliverables, milestones, and submission requirements. And they also wrote here, partnering closely with engineering to improve build pipelines, branch strategies, and delivery systems to ensure stability, automation, and compliance. So yeah, it seems like a job that's based around ensuring that these patches are stable and everything is just ready to drop. That conversation aside, let's talk about the charity streams I've been hosting, because you guys are absolutely amazing. We raised $500 for Canines for Warriors, supporting veterans and service dogs, and that's a huge win right there. And then we had another one where $325 went straight to a horse sanctuary charity. Important note, this is not the same sanctuary as the one tied to the doxing incident. Let's go ahead and check out the top comments. First, from Super Straight 2667. So the P69 Vito Luger gets a stripper clip reload. I demand the same for the Constitution. Something we've all been craving so much, man. We've been craving customization options, and that one in particular with the stripper clip, I want it too. The second top comment is by 14 Mega that says, enemies still don't react to fire, just walk right through, not even a flinch. Check out the, if you're checking out this video, make sure you watch the part where we talk about that. The third and final top comment is by Greg, shout out to Greg, who wrote, Glitch posts a video before Arrowhead even announces it on their Discord. Yeah, you know what's funny about that? I was actually late uploading it, so, I mean, yeah. But yeah, those are the top comments. Thank you so much for checking out today's video. Tap the thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications, All the support means a ton to me. Without your support, I wouldn't be able to do these streams, do the charities, and all that. So thank you so much, guys. My voice is absolutely wrecked from doing streaming, so that's why I'm holding off from streaming the charity today. But thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.